Hello there, YouTube world. Right, I may as well just say this from the very start here. The bits there that you can see there and there, they didn't work anymore because the wire inside's broken. Anyway, I'm speaking to you on the 31st day, the 7th, 2022, when England are playing right now. That's what you can hear in the background. And England's Euros. And they're doing better than the men because they've been to the Euros final in 2009 as well. But anyway, I think it's more of an achievement. Even if they didn't win the day, it's made an achievement than the men because where the women have came through. But anyway, I digress. Right, I just wanted to document that. But anyway, so hello there, YouTube world, and L's and G's and B's and G's, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But this video is going to be my opinion and everything that I know about them and all the albums that I've got of them. And it's this progressive rock band called Genesis that originally started in the late 60s but found success mostly in the 80s after Peter Gabriel left. But Peter Gabriel was so weird and out there and made the albums like a opera or like a show and made them like concept, but that isn't a concept album because, well, it probably could be in years to come, like look back and think, oh, it's a concept album, but wasn't it made as a concept album? But that's got Phil Collins singing on it, and it's an absolutely fantastic album. Probably my second best album that I've done, but the highlights are Turn It On Again, Alone Tonight, Man of Our Time, and Misunderstanding. I got it at a charity shop, that's why it looks a bit wrecked. But can't remember how much I paid for it, maybe only about £3 I think it was. But I didn't quote me on that though, but that's the back here. I just love the sheer and utter impact Genesis, in fact, probably most of the prog rock album artwork. That's that one. That's inside it. It's so cool. Smart. Some of them I didn't really care what they mean, but it doesn't matter. Right, so Duke, aye, is a phenomenal album. Smart. Aye, but they're all absolutely incredible songs. I've had this album for so long now. Definitely, that was like the big handful that I had when I had a handful. That was right. I don't know why I didn't like go into greater detail about the album, but anyway, that's the album anyway. So. This, in my opinion, I'm trying to tell you about each one in order that I bought them in, not in order that they came out. But this album is the best album that they've ever done, and, well, will ever do because they're not going to do it again because Phil Collins is in bad health. Peter Gabriel could come back though if he really wanted to, but I didn't think he would. But, again, an amazing... Well, no, I wouldn't say amazing. The album is amazing, but the artwork is, well, it's still interesting because that's what they're for. That was what they were all about. Prog rock is a bit more than just. Well, it's everything. It's the musicianship, the lyrics, and all that. It tells a story, prog rock. Smart. The highlights for me on this album, definitely, are No Son of Mine, Driving the Last Bike. Overall, Driving the Last Bike is my favourite Genesis song. Then, Tell Me Why, Hold On My Heart, The Way of the World, and Fading Away. Absolutely phenomenal album. I'll just be back in a minute. Definitely right, 110%. It always will be my best album, that one. But it was made in 1991, and for me, I mean, it has done really well, but it should be higher up in the estimate of like albums in the grand scheme of things over a longer period. But if truth be told, and I've always said that my least favourite song is I Can't Dance because it's a little tiny bit. I don't know. It's for me. It's just a tiny wee bit cheesier. That's when they really. Well, in fact, when Phil Collins took over and then he became the main songwriter, that's when they started to go down a more poppier route and then became more commercialised. I mean, it's good for them that they like done that because then it made that they could play bigger shows and more shows. But well, aye, the Peter Gabriel era is good as well, but it'll take me a long time to really get into like the Peter Gabriel side of things. I mean, I just love that song. I know what I like and in your wardrobe and brackets, but I've not got that album selling in England by the pound, but I will get it. It was the album before the Lay the Lamb Down on Broadway, but I'll get to that in a minute. But honestly, right, when I first ever heard it, I still do, but absolutely loved No Son of Mine, Jesus He Knows Me, but I still do. Never a Time is a brilliant song, actually, I forgot to add that one. And then Hold On My Heart was my best song when I first got into the album. But to be fair though, the very, very first time I ever heard it all the way through, when I was down in England, because I bought it in England, I wasn't too sure on it. But, now it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, the sheer and utter impact, when you really break it down, simple but amazing drumming in Way of the World. Number 1 on side 4. Oh, incredible. Oh, just absolutely phenomenal. I've even heard someone doing like a version, the version of just the drums. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. You know that something is good when no matter who plays it, it still sounds good. So, right now, it's the second half extra time with England women. Right, so, what was the other album I got next? Right. Let's see. I'll pause you for a minute. I can't remember exactly what the other album got next was, but that's just good to show you because of the front cover. That's phenomenal. And the back, that's phenomenal. Right, I'm back. So, as I was saying, even if I didn't fully ever understand what they mean, or I didn't think anyone can really truly understand what they mean in the lyrics, and I also seen today that they're not like a type of band that you could dance to. Well, you could maybe dance to the We Can't Dance album, but you couldn't dance to their earlier stuff. When you open it up like that, it's a massive big picture. Smart. Aye, but even the wee tiny illustrations on each one of the lyrics, or as I say, lyrics. Aye, so smart. But this is a very good album as well. If I can... Wait. Right, let's see. The Music Box is a good song. I've not really heard this one too often, but it is a phenomenal album. But I just trying to understand that is a mystery in itself, but that's a very good album. Right, so I mean, definitely some albums are a lot better than others. I mean, a lot better. I mean, for instance, right, I definitely didn't get this after it, but I want to tell you about it. I've told you about it in another one, but I'm going to go in greater detail. right, that album, I don't know, it's definitely better than that album. I like number one on side one, but when I got it, and then you open it like that, I thought side one and two was in that bit, but it was the other way around, so I was listening to side two the first day I got it, and then listening to side two this morning when I woke up and I couldn't get back to sleep, but then the day I figured it out and then I flipped and oh, that's great. There's 7 songs, well, that last for more than 3 minutes, like some are 5.5, 6, 8, 10, 11, but there's like lots of guitar solos and stuff in that. That's the front, and then that's the other side, yeah. They make you think, Genesis, especially their earlier stuff, because A, you don't know what they're going on about, and B, their pictures and the sleeves and the front covers and the back covers and that, but that's art in itself. There is a genre called art rock or art pop, and Genesis sort of come under that a bit, but prog rock. But in their days with Phil Collins, they went a bit more like pop rock. Right, so very, very good album that. I've always wanted it for some reason. I always wanted it probably just because of the album title. Oh, there's another song on this one as well. On side 4, it's The Light Lies Down on Broadway. So there's The Lamb Lays Down on Broadway, and then The Light Lays Down on Broadway. No, The Light Dies on Broadway. Huh, wonder what that means. The Light Dies on Broadway, that's it. That's what it's called. But I wonder what it means. Right, so there's that one as well. And then I'll show you this one. Overall though, even though it's not overall, it definitely is one of the greatest front covers of all time in my opinion. So much going on in it with that and everything else, but that's meant to be Peter Gabriel because he dressed up like that once on stage. But then again, when you open it, it's like that. It's so cool. But I don't know if you can see right. Well, I'll point it out to you. You can just see it there. That there in the background is that. So it's so cool. In the background of that is that. But it's so weird though. The posh people. Oh my God! England have scored. Well done. The posh people on their horses with their dogs sniffing it, I think. Well, foxes, aye, because it's fox on it. Foxtrot. What was it? Fox rot. Foxtrot. Huh, oh well, right, aye, so it's that. Just really, really interesting. Aye, it's cool. Even though it's nowhere near as good as the 2 albums I've showed you. What one was that? Oh, the Duke and We Can't Dance, because they're the 2 best. But they're just so interesting to... Well, they're interesting more than, like, brilliant and hard to understand, but it's good. That's an album I've only ever heard once for some reason, but that's one that Peter Gabriel wasn't on. It was Phil Collins. Oh, right, aye, but for some reason I like the simpleness of that cover for some reason. I like the back here a little bit better. I bought that in Edinburgh. It was brilliant, that. can't remember how much it was. It was probably only about £3, but it was brilliant. But every single one of these albums I've never bought new. They're all pre-owned in a record store. Either Edinburgh, Linlithgow, or Southport down in England. So that one's a good one. There's not much I can say about that because I've only ever heard it once, but it is a good album. I wish I could elaborate more on each album, but I've only heard, I think, 3 of them more than 3 times, so I really need to get into them a lot more, but I'll just pause you for a minute because I need a drink. Right, so, even though, right, I'll just say it again to you, right, but the Peter Gabriel era of Genesis is a lot more difficult to try and pull apart and analyse and stuff like that, and take its component parts together and understand what it means by the lyrics and the album artwork. But it's prog rock and art rock, so you've just got to try and figure it out. But that's the good thing about music, is you can interpret it the way you want to. So it'll be really good to properly understand it all. But this album I'm about to show you now is I was going to say, it's really good. Really good. Really good. In fact, that's my 3rd best album, because Mama, That's Alright, Home by the Sea, Second Home by the Sea. Yep, aye, very good album. Only got 9 songs in it, I think. Aye, because 10 says produced by Genesis, so aye, only 9, but it's brilliant. Still a no too bad front cover, not bad. It's not bad, but at one point, no, I absolutely loved That's All. But in my singles collection for the vinyl record player, I've got that first song, Mama, as a single. Quality, that's brilliant. But Home by the Sea is a brilliant song, really good. It's the 2nd best song on the album. So first is That Song, second is Home by the Sea, and then Mama. Aye, but that was quite a successful album. Very commercial. That was good. Very good. Aye, definitely the 3rd best album. 100%. Right. This album I've never completely understood, but I have listened to it, I think, twice, but again, I'll never ever fully understand it. But Trick of the Tail, that's a good name for an album. Trick of the Tail must be because they're tricking all them. So when you open it like that and look at it like that, every single one of them are doing something to the person in front of them. It's quality, absolutely quality. That would be brilliant to have that as in the middle of your wall all the way around as what do you call that? Border, like a border thing. Smart. That's so cool. Or it would be cool to have that right in the middle going all the way around a car. That would be smart. But even inside there's cool, because I like it when there's pictures. It's a very good album. To be fair though, I've not heard it in a very long time, so I can't remember too much about it, but when I seen it I just couldn't believe it, because of the way it looks. And definitely, even though Genesis, even with Phil Collins, it's hard to know what they really mean by the lyrics, I prefer the Genesis era rather than Phil Collins' solo work. And the same with Peter Gabriel, prefer his Genesis days rather than his solo work. But apparently, but I've not really looked it up, but Peter Gabriel saw the album that's got Sledgehammer on it, that was very successful. Maybe if I do my research and I like it, I like it. I might get it one day. Don't know yet though, but it'd have to be a very good price. Because I probably definitely wouldn't pay that much for it anyway. But one day, if it is a good price, I'd maybe get it. But I would do my research first, proper research. Like there's no point in getting there's no point in getting an album just because it's done well or it's legendary or the singer or band are legends. There's no point. You need to at least know 3 or 4 of the songs, and I probably only know one song off of that solo album, and it's Sledgehammer. But he can do a lot. He went more simple in the 80s. But anyway, I digress. But he was part of Genesis, so I can talk about him. Right, that Genesis album. Never really noticed that before. Wait, no. It's like raised a wee bit. It's like when you shut your eyes, you can feel like the bits, like the bits. Cool. Never noticed that before. But number one's a good song. There is a couple of other good ones, but I think No Reply At All is a good song if I remember right. But it's cool. But as I said, definitely though, towards the end of Genesis, they sound completely different for like their first 4 albums. Or in fact, they sound completely different for every album that Peter Gabriel was a part of. I mean, definitely though, on this album, you can still hear a bit of the stuff because this was the first album that Phil Collins sang on all the way through. He was backing vocals in Genesis with Peter Gabriel, but I got this one done in England as well. I wasn't too sure about it when I first heard it, but it's still a good album. But I'm definitely going to start listening to all the albums I've said I've only heard once or twice. I'm definitely going to start listening to them. And in fact, I think I've listened to this one twice. Once down in England and then once here. So I am going to start listening to them a lot more. But I have heard Duke and We Can't Dance quite a lot. Because they will always be the 2 best, 100%. But this is a fantastic album. They're, well, I don't know really. Probably just either first or second best-selling album. Probably their most well-known one. If someone says name a song, it would be Invisible Touch. But Tonight is a good song. Land of Confusion, absolutely brilliant. Land of Confusion, a heavy rock band called Disturbed, a brilliant version of Land of Confusion. But Invisible Touch and Land of Confusion. In the Deep is a good song. I should listen to this album a bit more. I've only ever heard this one, I think, twice before as well. And I think I did get that in England as well, if I remember right. But, very good. I think technically, apart from every Genesis either song that they bring out or like music video, all the rest is a bit hard to understand what they really mean. But that's what they were all about. They were all about that sort of thing. I think I've showed you every single one of them. Well, I'll just pause you. Right, this is the 31st of the 7th, 2022, and as I speak to you right now, the England women have just won the Euros, so that's brilliant. Good to document it. Congratulations. Right, I'll show you this album again, right, because I just remembered that, I just remembered that I got it in Ormskirk, Lancashire, England, and it was on like a market stall day, and it was only £8. Aye, because every single album I've ever bought in a charity shop or a charity shop or a vinyl record store, I reckon that online it'd be at least between £1 and £10 more. Aye, because they're cheaper in independent record stores. But the one in Southport and the one in Lithgow are the only two I've been into that are an independent record store. No, in fact, no, I've been into ones in Edinburgh. Aye, in Edinburgh, so. But, they're good though. Aye, I also got, I think, maybe another Genesis album. It could have been, I don't know, I might have got that one in the store, I think. No, in fact. No, I didn't. I got that in Southport, aye. Aye, the independent record store in Southport is Silverside Music. Aye, so, aye, right, aye, the May I've looked at that, that's quite a good front cover. Bit strange though, but stranger the better, I suppose, because that's what Genesis were all about. I never noticed that before though, I've said it, but all the way around when you put your hand there, it's like raised up a wee bit, and all the wee bits are raised up. Oh, that's cool, but definitely that one and that one overall are the two best looking album art covers that I've got, even if it's a cassette tape, a DVD, or no, not DVD, CD, cassette, or vinyl record. They're the two best looking front covers. But even though I really like Genesis, they're nowhere near like the best ones I've got in my collection. But I just really like Genesis at the moment. But as I was saying, what was that? Aye, that's it. I'm really liking that album though. That was only a fiver, but I went into the record store, Port Music in Lithgow, took in lots of records, and the ones that he accepted, he says they want money or trade, and at first I was thinking it was sell money, but then I had a look around, and then if there was something I wanted, I would have just exchanged them, and he said